Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahakodash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. They scattered out on the four corners of the earth, prophesying in the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Coming to you once more with a quick lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. I just wanted to go into 2 Maccabees chapter 6, and we'll see what the Spirit lead us. I don't have a title. Lord willing, I will give one as we go along. And we just wanted to read about one of our forefathers and the things that our people had to go through, and the sacking of the temple, the heathens taking over, they coming into rulership and just trying to defame us and take us away from our power, our God, as they doing today. And fast forward today, back then they was using swine flesh, but how much more today when you got to take that thing to live in this world and just turn away from your laws and the statutes that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai has given his people to follow under and to teach the nations when we get in the kingdom. We have to get it right on this side, but we're not going to get it right, but we have to walk to the best of our ability and try to get it right in this time to come into the new covenant, and we will be perfect in our laws and statutes and commandments. So I just wanted to go into 2 Maccabees chapter 6. We're going to start with verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of their power. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. This chapter already starting off wrong. Why would a nation not want God's people to follow after his laws and statutes and commandments? Why? Because if we do that, then it won't benefit them in being in rulership. They have to come out of rulership, because we will be in the kingdom of heaven then, and they will be at the bottom. So they're doing all their power or whatever they could do to stop us from building this spiritual temple and coming back to our power. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So they don't want us to follow after our laws. That sounds so horrible. Why wouldn't you want to follow after Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, who made the heavens and the earth, who put you in rulership for a little while? He never told you you're going to be in rulership forever. You should have been glad just for the little while that you got, and try to do good the best of your ability, for when the people come, for when the true people of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai come into power, you will be willing to follow the laws and statutes and commandments already. But no, you can't do that. Verse 2. And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus, and that in Gerizim Jupiter the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwell in the place. And they still do that today with the people that's the athletes. You know, back in the days, they would Daniel in the lion's den, they up cheering up there, while the gladiators just, back then they used to be naked, just doing all manner of evilness in our temple. Verse 3, the coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people. And you have to feel our people that was going through this. This the first time, and this when the so-called Edomite come into power. And our people was really sad about losing the temple to all this nonsense that's going on. So they was vexed in their spirit, grieved in their heart. But it was all their fault for not following the laws and the statutes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 4, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots. They got the whores in there. Ain't no telling what's going on. And how much more today, the things we don't see that the elites are doing with children. The Epstein's files is coming out. These people got to be stopped. And had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. They probably cutting up a pig in there, guts, intestines everywhere, eating it raw like they do today, blood. The altar also filled with profane things, which the law forbidding. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days and ancient feasts, ancient fasts, the feast days, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You think about these lessons going out daily. We confessing that we are the real people of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and your lessons, your page get taken down. You can't even say you're an Israelite. But the people over there in our place, they can say it, but ain't nothing gonna happen to them. But this book say the real people can't say they are the people, because today your page is gonna get taken down. You can't even say the word. You gotta say J-O-O and stuff like this. Like, you gotta say little sneaky things. This is horrible. We can't even have a conversation without being scrutinized from these devils. Verse 7, and in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifice. And every day you get on social media, somebody is talking about, oh, this your day, this your birthday, this your day. How you get a day? When the Bible said our people was in hands and shackles, dragged to a place where they didn't want to worship nobody's birthday. But here we is today. It's your day. You get a day now. Everybody get a day. Let's just party, party, party. Every year you wake up, you still in captivity, you still under these devils, but go jump up and down in the club talking about it's your day. When our people was going through all types of stuff, not wanting to eat pork, not wanting to losing their lives. Verse 7, and in the day of the king's birth, every month, he don't want just one day, he want to do this shit every month. So here it is, come next month, you already know they finna handcuff you and drag you over here and make you eat something. You stand there like, God damn, I wish this mother just die. I don't want to celebrate his birthday. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews was compelled to go in confession of Bacchus, carrying envy. They don't want to do this. They don't want to celebrate these days. They don't want to celebrate none of this stuff. This is not what we did before. But here it is. They're trying to make us turn away from our God and worship their gods, as they are doing today. And mad at us because we don't want to serve their gods. Verse 8, moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathens. They done wrote letters to the cities nearby by the suggestions of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and to be partakers of their sacrifice. So they want everybody to do what they're doing. Today they say we're all one nation under God. When Babylon the Great, aka America, got every nation Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai made. All 18 nations is here. But we one nation under God. So which nation is that? God damn it, is we all the Edomites? Verse 9. And whoso will not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles shall be put to death. They not playing. How much more today when you don't take that thing that's coming up? They want you to worship their gods. And if you don't, you will put to that word right there. Then might a man have seen the present misery. They might do something to you before they off you. They're going to put you through misery. Because these are the damn devils. Verse 10. For there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children. These women are still trying to keep our laws and our statutes and commandments. They trying. Whom when they had openly led round about the city, everybody looking, they leading them through the city. The babies hanging at their breasts. These are small babies still drinking milk. They cast them down headlong from the wall. These are the things that was happening to our people. They take the baby and throw it. That's why in Psalms, I don't know if it's 138 or 147. We're going to take their baby and dash against the stones. Because this is what you did to our babies. Verse 11. And others that had ran together into caves nearby to keep the Sabbath days secretly. You got to hide to try to keep the Sabbath days. Today, we got to work on the Sabbath days if you can't get off. Sneak around, not telling them what's going on. They want to know about you. Was none of your damn business. Being discovered by Philip, somebody called him down there trying to keep the Sabbath. Were all burnt together because they made a conscience to help themselves to honor for the honor of the most sacred day. They don't want us to keep they don't want us to be in line with our power. They don't want us to be one with our power. Because if we one with our power, then they're going to be taken out of power. And these people love power. You hear it every day on the news. Verse 12. Now I beseech you, those that read this book, I went over these verses not too long ago, that they may be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge these punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastising of our nation. Just let you know that their nation and their God is not our God. Because our God is punishing us for the things we did, breaking the laws that He gave us. He didn't give those to every nation. These other nations hate us because He gave us these laws. So now, here we are, they don't want us to keep these laws. Because He didn't give the laws to them. Verse 13. For it is a token of His great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punish. For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish, till they come to the fulfillment of their sins, so dealeth He with us. He don't deal with them like He do with us. And like in Psalms, it say He showeth His words to Jacob. He haven't dealt with other nations. He don't deal with the other nations like He deal with us. He deal with them to whoop us when we done did wrong. Verse 15. Lest that being come to the height of sin, afterwards He shall take vengeance of us. So when He get tired of them sinning against Him, and the elect is sealed and came back into their lots, then we getting ready to go back into the kingdom. And now it's time for their punishments. Verse 16. And therefore He never withdraw His mercy from us. And though He punish with adversity, yet doeth He never forsake His people. But let this that we are spoken by for a warning unto us. This is what we're reading all these warnings, the lamentations, the woes, the destructions. These are warning to us. Everything that goes on in this world, people dying, how they died, these are warnings to us. And now will we come to the declaring of the matter in a few words. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, and an aged man. Eleazar was an old man in Israel, somebody that the people look up to. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has sent his prophets, his elders, his bishops today that we look up to, that we know the Holy Spirit is dealing with. And of a well-favored countenance. Everybody looked up to, everybody knew this man is a man of God, a man of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, was constrained to open his mouth and to taste swine flesh. So these Edomites telling him to open his mouth and put this pig in it. But he choosing rather to die grievously. He don't want just a simple death. Give me something grievously before I put this pork in my mouth. Then to live stained with such an abomination. This is how our people thought back in the days. That is a stain on the nation for this aged man to put some pig in his mouth. All the younger generations looked up to him. So if he did that, then they would think it's okay to do that. Because this man of God, whom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is dealing with, put pig in his mouth. But today, your people pull a plate of pig feet and put some hot sauce and vinegar on it without a gun to their head. Verse 19 again. But he choosing rather to die grievously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth. I could just see the slime running down the Edomite face, and he mad. And came of his own record to the torment. So he ready to be tortured. Because they probably made him open the mouth and shoving it down in there. Forcing him to eat it. And he spit it in their face. That probably pissed him off so bad because he didn't eat it. Verse 20, as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. Let's read that again. As it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things. So he said he not finna do this because this ain't a thing that we do in our nation. As are not lawful for love of life. He don't love his life for this. To be tasted. He rather die than to taste this. But how much more today you see your people on the internet. They love tasting food on the internet like somebody just want to watch them fucking eating, engorging themselves. They look like a pig with their jaws. Verse 21, but they that had the charge of that wicked feast, these are the Edomites. They was in rulership. They had came into power. They had conquered our people. For the old acquaintance that had with the man, taking him aside, besoughting him to bring flesh of his own visions. So they telling him to go get some chicken. Go get something else. It ain't gotta be pig. Go get what you want. Such was lawful for him to use. Go get something that you can use. We just need you to make, when you die, we want them to think it's okay to eat pig. And to make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king, which is pork. That was the sacrifice that the king wanted our people to eat. Some of our people are already consented to it. Like, okay, I don't want to die. Pass me the chitlins, the stuff that you don't want off the pig. We're gonna have to figure it out how to clean it. Just go on and give it to me. Verse 22. That in so doing he might be delivered from death. You won't die if you're going to do this. If you just get a piece of chicken and act like it's a piece of pork. And for the old friendship that them find favor. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellence of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereon was come, and he most honored educational from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly. So this is what he told them after sitting there thinking about, do he want to mess the next generation up? And willed them straight ways to see him to the grave. He said, fuck that. He said, fuck that. Go on and send me to the grave, you Edomite. For it becometh not our age, he said, this is what he said, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, so he was 90, were now gone to a strange religions. So he said, you think I done got this gray hair, I'm 90 years old, these children look up to me, and now I turn 90, and now I'm going to this strange religion. Make that make sense. Why would I do that? So fast forward today, when we in this position that they want us to take that thing. Somebody might be in a position where everybody else watching, they say, act like you put it in your hand. Just act like you put it in there. You ain't gotta. So the rest of them they think you just like eating this swine flesh. Just act like you got a piece of chicken. You got a piece of chicken and just make it act like it's some pork. So how much today when they want us to take that thing to live in their world? Their world is almost finished. Okay, we're in 24, 25. So as they thought mine hypocrisy and desired to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me. So he said he 90 years old. He's not going to live too much longer. And I'm supposed to deceive my people by eating this swine's flesh. So this is what you want me to do. He reasoning with himself. Because he ain't reasoning with them. He know what it is with them. Well, I was 25. And so they, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain of my old age and make it abominable. So he's not gonna be buried with the good fathers. They just throw him to the side because the little more time that he gonna live, he deceived his people. (26) For though for this present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men. So this present time right now, I'm going to live a little while longer. But right now, I won't get punished by you because I ate some swine's flesh. Yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither live nor yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. So I forget that one verse. Don't be scared of man who can just take your life, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he can kill the spirit and take your life. (26) For though for this present time I should be delivered from the punishment of man, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. You're not going to get away from him. It don't matter if you're alive nor dead, because he's there. Wherefore now, manfully charging this life, I will shew myself such and one as my age require. I'm going to do what my age, what the people of my age should be doing. And that's leading my people in the right direction. And still following after the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And doing what he asked me to do. Here today we're doing the laws and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability. He knows our heart. He knows our mind. He knows what we're thinking. He knows what we are capable of doing. 28. And leave a noble example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. So he said this is what he's going to do. He's going to leave a noble example. This is what we're trying to do today. We're trying to leave a noble example for everybody that come in contact with us. They know it's something about us. They know the Holy Spirit is dealing with you by the way you conduct and carry yourself. Not eating swine's flesh. We know they are secretly putting it in everything. Because these cunning devils are continually to be up to something to go against the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and to keep us off and sidetracked. And when he had said these words, so when he got through telling them that he's gonna do what's right for his people, immediately he went to the torment. They had led him changing. They that led him changing that good will they bear him a little before into hatred. Because the foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought for a desirable mind. From a desperate mind. Let's read that again. They that led him changing the good will they bear him a little before into hatred. So they tried to like him by trying to make him eat this swine's flesh. But since he won't do it, now the real Edomite spirit is coming out. Before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded. What the things he just said pissed them off. As they thought for a desperate mind. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that have the holy knowledge that whereas I might have been delivered from death. So he's saying the Lord know everything. He knew if I would have ate this swine's flesh, I would have been not killed. I would have been delivered from death. I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten. They torturing him. But in my soul as well content to suffer these things because I fear him. I'm not scared of you. Yes, you are hurting me right now. Yes, you are doing things to me that I don't want be done to me. But the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is greater than what you are doing. Because when I come back, when I be regenerated, reincarnated, you are in trouble. 31. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial to virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation. So he died honorable. We're going to go through this pretty soon, but it won't be about no pork. We're going to go through something real soon. It's on the horizon as we speak. They are getting it together, but it's going to be far more greater than a piece of pork on the plate. They're going to want you to take that thing. And if you don't take it, some of us may be put to death. Some of us may be in holding chambers. But may Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, be with us in these days that's coming. So Lord willing, it was edifying. Till the next time I say, Shalom.